In the last few weeks, I celebrated Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Sunday as a very special day in Sacred Heart Cathedral in Townsville. And on that occasion I said that we're invited to acknowledge that God has been walking with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, making his presence known through a continuous living culture over many thousands of years. Today, as we gather here in this church to reaffirm this truth and also say that God's presence on this island among Palm Islanders is real and palpable. For our part, the Catholic Church, in the name of God and Jesus Christ, has had a long history of involvement with Palm and Phantom Islands. We've been here since 1924, but prior to 1918, there's been a few Indigenous people settled. That same year, Palm Island began as an Aboriginal reserve because of the disastrous cyclone which struck an early reserve at Hull River near Tully in the previous March. The government, of course, led the reserve with mixed results. The history speaks for itself. Suffice to say that it seems some Aboriginal people were already baptised Catholics by the time they were brought to the island. There are reports that between 1918 and 1924, some priests visited the reserve on the coastal steamer which also brought tourists. During this time, the pastoral care of islanders fell to the parish priest of Ingham, Dr. K. Kelly, who would travel over by launch from Taylor's Beach. The first recorded Mass on Palm Island was, in fact, 1924. Rockhampton Diocese exercised oversight at the time, and the Bishop, Bishop Neal, wrote to the government to seek permission for priests to regularly visit and open a school. When Townsville became a diocese in its own right in 1930, connection with Palm Island was formalised, if you like. An initial pastoral area was established, which included priests, sisters and lay brothers who took up residence in a more permanent way. St Anne's mission had begun. The Catholic Church is still here today, and in 40 years' time, if we go from 1924, our presence since the first Mass was celebrated will be 100 years of service and ministry to the people of Palm Island. For us, it is a two-way street. We minister to Palm Islanders, they minister to us. Now, Jesus in this morning's Gospel tells us that we all live in a world tainted by sin, as well as institutionalized evil. The abuse of power, the enslavement and exploitation of the underprivileged and racism. This is the carnal, or the weeds in the parable today. And in amongst the bad is much good. I'd like to believe, the church would like to believe, that there is more good in our world than bad. More good than carnal. The key to living as God intended is to acknowledge our individual and collective sinfulness, and so that change will come. Look at the darkness in our own lives, identify it, be conscious of it, and then do something about it. Change will only come when we examine our hearts, because in each of us is an innate goodness. It just needs nurturing. This island is full of goodness, and we find ourselves here because we want to put past wrongs right and gently engage with each other, help bring about the kingdom of God. Jesus tells us to keep on growing confidently in the midst of human ambiguity. trusting that it is our God who will finally reap an abundant harvest. We grow together, in other words, black and white, for the building up of each other and for the glory of God. I pray that we can keep doing this in a spirit of respect, understanding and love. May Palm Islanders be blessed in this way, now and into the future. And may those of us who walk with them always do so with a sense that we actually walk on holy ground. What a special place, what an honour to serve God and God's